Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
What do you want to do?
We can sit on the go.
Okay.
In Livingston Parish, Louisiana, this high school cook is looking for speedy service.
Hey, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Like, this wasn't in the deal.
No, it wasn't in the deal, was it?
No.
But he's not going to like what I serve up next.
Like, I understand that it's real, but like,
Pay attention to me for a minute.
Okay.
I hope you're enjoying this free full episode of Takedown on our YouTube channel, but there's something you need to know. There are literally hundreds of new episodes either in production or on our streaming channel right now, uncensored. Watch TruBlu.com. Use the code YouTube25 to watch all of the episodes for $2.50, or for an annual subscription, use YouTube Year for $20 off. Also, and this is very important, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on TruBlu. In Livingston Parish, Louisiana, just east of Baton Rouge, it's the latest investigation to identify and capture potential child predators. Leading the team is Sheriff Jason Ard, and his detectives have been online posing as children and communicating with men looking for sex. One of those men works at a school. He thinks he's been talking to a 14-year-old girl, but that's not stopping him from wanting an afternoon visit.
So this is the guy who works at the school.
Yes.
We talked about him maybe around 11:30.
No, he's talking more. He gets off at 1:45.
1:45. Okay.
And we get off of school around 3. So
okay. So we think we'll see him around 3:30.
Yeah, he'll be. I think he's gonna come early and hang out and wait.
Got it.
Yes, I might actually. I can get him here sooner if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and make an excuse up saying my aunt can't check me out. I'm gonna come stay home the rest of the day.
Perfect. So whenever you're comfortable bringing the school employee over,
I'm
that's
about
fine
to
by us.
I'm about to text him.
Won't he be surprised? Out of school early.
Online, the man has been going by the name Josh, but we find out his real name is Kolin. Detectives and the decoy get ready just as the man calls, asking where he should go.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Hey.
I made it. Where you want me to park at?
You can park wherever. It's apartment 333. 333. Apartment 33.
Oh, 33. All right. I'm gonna let you know when I make it. I just pulled in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'll be cool.
While he parks, we get into position. The decoy steps outside and waves him in. I track their movements on the surveillance cameras.
Hey.
What's up?
What's up? Oh, thank you so much.
You're
You want to sit on the couch, or what?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
We can sit on the go.
Okay.
I like your gaming. The setup. I like playing games too.
Oh yeah, games are fun. You play Mario Kart?
Mm-hmm.
Are you good at it?
Not.
Oh.
I'll be playing like Xbox and PS5 and stuff.
Okay. Cool. Well, what do you want to do?
We can do anything.
Okay. Well, let me go get my phone real quick, and I'll be right back. All right. Thank you for the drink.
No problem.
And now it's game over for Josh.
Hey, man. Stay right there. Stay right there. You don't have any weapons on you or anything, do you? How was everything at the school tonight?
It went good. It went good.
Good. Come on over here so I can hear you better. Scooch right over there. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh.
Mhm.
But your real name is what?
It's Josh.
Josh. It's
Yeah.
not Colin?
No.
Okay.
I guess he's sticking with Josh for now.
Josh, you had a conversation with a girl.
Yeah, I thought she, was older than what she told me
Really? And what made you think that, Josh?
because of the conversations that we had
What was your plan here today?
I mean, she texted me to come over.
She texted you.
Yeah, because she started the conversation first.
She started the conversation.
Yeah, and then.
But Josh, that's not true, is it?
It is, and it is, because in the app that we used on her age, it said 18.
You know that people have to say that just to get on the app. She told you several times that she was 14.
Mm.
Now, the conversation I have right here. So the thing is, Josh, I know a lot of stuff already, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably a good idea for you just to be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met anybody else online before? For sex?
During the app, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And did you ever meet anybody underage before?
no.
You say, I'm not going to lie, I was looking for a friend with benefits.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I'm still in high school. Okay. She asks if you reported her on this app, and you say, no, I wouldn't do that. Hey, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Josh.
Okay, on your face! On your face!
Get on your face!
On your face!
Get on your face! Go!
Okay.
I got to go for it.
I'm not resisting.
Put your other hand behind your back.
Okay, y'all land with it. Y'all land on it.
I got it.
My glasses, I can't see what I mean.
That's fine. You made that decision.
Damn it. I'm rolling. Okay, I'll pull up my pants.
Can you hold tight, man? You don't make these right now. We're gonna make this work. Hold your side.
Instead of making it out of the apartment, Josh gets taken down, put in cuffs, and back on the couch.
Did you shoot, buddy?
Thank you.
Want to take a seat?
Yeah.
Now, back to the transcripts. The text messages between him and someone he thought was a 14-year-old girl. Now, as I was saying, come on over here. As I was saying,
My glasses or somebody. Thank you.
as I was saying, why did you run?
Because, like, I'm young, you know. I don't,
How old are you, Josh?
I'm 21.
21. That's an adult.
Yeah, I just
That's
turned-
old enough to know not to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, but on the app she said she was 18.
I know, but she
And
told
then-
you over and over again that she was 14. It was very clear, and you were cool with that.
Not really, no.
I love your hair, and you have a beautiful smile, you say.
Mm-hmm.
She told you 14. You acknowledge it. She talks about getting out of school at 3:15. You send a picture of yourself. What was in that picture?
I guess whatever y'all saw. I mean, whatever's
Let me finish. You say, she says she's a virgin. Yes, I'm sorry. Is it a turnoff, huh? You say, no, it's not. That's cool. I can take your virginity, but only if you want me to. Well, I'm down with anything you want to do, bae. Just let me know when. 14 isn't probably what you're looking for anyway, she says. Lots of other girls probably message you who are older, huh? I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this, you say, about her age of 14. And it might turn into something special. What did you mean by something special, Josh?
I mean, whatever she was insinuating. But
Why do
I
you keep
thought-
blaming the girl?
Because in the app it said she was 18, and
Look, you know that's BS. I know that's BS. She says 14 over and over again. You also know that to get on the app, kids lie to say
I mean,
they're 18.
to
You
get
know
on
that.
the app, it says you have to be 18 or older. I don't know why kids would get on the app. You know, like that's not right. I feel like there's something wrong with the parents. if
Something
the
wrong with the
kids-
parents. So you're going to blame
yeah.
the parents and the kids for this?
Yeah, because if the
Why
'cause
did you
if-
come over here even if you thought she was
Because
older? Why would you
my
take that
in my
chance?
head, right, it's on if because they just updated the app, right,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to put in verify me, all that, and they said that she was 18, you know, even though she's saying she's 14, because I did have an incident where, you know, I met somebody else and they was over 18, but they lied about who they was. So if they, you know, whenever I got here and she said, oh, you know, some untruthful about what she told me, I was just gonna leave.
She told
That's the
you
reason
that-
why I was gonna leave when I was trying
You
to get
didn't
up.
look that nervous when you saw her.
No,
You
because
sat
I
right
thought-
down on the couch, all lovey-dovey, all ready to go.
No, because
No, I was watching.
No, because when I got here, right, she said, "Oh, we got the whole place to ourselves." Okay, blah 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 blah. And I was gonna ask her, "Okay, how old are you?" Blah 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 blah. And then that's when I saw you come up, and I'm like, "All right, I don't like this wasn't in the deal, you know."
Yeah, no, it wasn't in the deal, was it?
No,
Where do you work, Josh?
at a school,
What do you do at the school?
I cook in the kitchen.
You cook in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So you're around kids all the time.
Yeah, this is why I was like, oh, if this wasn't like if she was being truthful about her being 14 or whatever, then I wasn't gonna go through with it because like why would I? You know, on the app it says she's 18. They updated it to where you can't catfish anymore. Like like you have to verify your profile and everything. So that's why when she said she, was 18, was 14, I thought she was lying. Cause it said right next to her profile, if you look, she had the verified check next to her name. So it means that she was verified. That means the person that
How
was
old
in
did
the
she tell you she was, Josh?
in the whatever it
No,
said.
how old did she tell you in the chat?
Whatever it said in the
How
chat.
old did she say she was in the chat?
14 and whatever she said in the chat.
14. So why wouldn't you just step away from it at that point?
I ain't gonna lie, just there's no excuse for it, like even if she was 14 and you guys wasn't here and I do go through with it, there was no excuse for it. But
It would be wrong, wouldn't it?
right, but
It
the
would
only
be
reason
illegal.
why I came was because she has a verified, like her profile is verified to be 18,
Again, how old did she say she was?
14 and
14. Okay, so at that point, wouldn't a good guy say I shouldn't mess around with this situation?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I understand.
You say, you okay with like sending nudes?
Because I was just trying to get some type of verification of her to see if she was real, Because I met a lot of people on there that was scamming or catfishing, and, this is my first time being with something like this. Like, I'm not that type of person. I work around kids.
You're not that kind of person. You
Nah.
work around kids.
I know the evidence shows some of y'all already painted a picture of me, but I'm
Here's the picture that I'm seeing, and it's
Yeah.
based upon the things you said, which, in part, are things like, I want to eat you out and try everything you've been missing. We'll take it slow, of course. But to be frank, I want to make you come. What did you mean by that?
what I meant right there.
Right,
Like,
you wanted
that's-
to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
not with not in the text message. It didn't say I wanted to have sex with a 14-year-old.
I can show you how and eat you out. I'll lick your pussy, you say. Then you go on to say, I'm not finished yet.
No, I'm not trying to interrupt you. It's just these handcuffs really hurt. I'm not
All right.
gonna run.
Well,
Like,
you had that chance earlier to have a conversation without handcuffs, and when you tried to bolt for the door.
I know, cause I
You
thought
cannot-
I didn't know. Like
Okay, you didn't know what?
I didn't know this whole thing. Like I understand that it's real, but like
Pay attention to me for a minute.
Okay.
You say, honestly, my dick is big, but I'll take it slow, Butte. Wait, like how big, the girl says. Yeah, you want to see it? But I'm gonna be gentle with you, I promise. I want your first time to be special. So not only do you acknowledge this girl is 14, you acknowledge she's a virgin, you acknowledge that having sex for the first time could hurt, you talk about all that. And then you send a picture of your penis. That's my dick, and I'm not hard yet. She says, oh my God. You say, LOL, I'm gonna show you when I come see you. So what day were you thinking about meeting? Bet. So it's a date, you say. You knew she was 14 because she told you. You talk about sex. You talk about how to have sex with a virgin, how to make her satisfied for the first time. What am I to make of all this?
Whatever you make of it, cause like I could say whatever.
Well, tell me.
to-
I'm trying to understand what went on in your head to make you think that this was okay.
Cause in my head, they just updated the app. I could show you like when they updated it. and then
But
they
Josh,
verified.
she told you she was 14.
Yeah, but
She
in my
said that.
head, like I couldn't lie about my age, on the app. Like they wouldn't let you do anything.
But why even
before.
take the chance? It makes it appear as though you were excited to take the virginity of a 14-year-old girl. I mean, these
I'm
are your words.
really not. Like I'm now.
What is, you talk about licking her pussy, making her come,
Cause I'm
eating
not
her
gonna.
out.
Cause I'm not gonna lie. Like I have a lot of stuff going on in my life right now.
Like what?
And my mom, she has stage 4
I'm
cancer.
sorry to
That's
hear that.
that's irrelevant. But I have a girlfriend and we not in a good place right now. So
What do you think your girlfriend would say?
she would be very disappointed in me, especially if she thought that I was really here to have relationships with a 14-year-old
So
girl.
you
But-
have a girlfriend,
Yeah, but
and you're supposed to be steady,
more than steady. But
more than steady. Are you engaged?
trying to be like, we had a miscarriage, all that stuff, and it's like I'm not using it as an excuse of me doing this, but we've been in a real rough place. And then like with me texting her and all that, like I'll eat you out and stuff like that, like that was just me trying to talk to her and be like her, whoever, her, because her name is April on the app.
Right.
And so I thought, this, like me saying, I'll eat you out, take all, that's the stuff that April wanted, because if I said, hey, I was cool being friends with benefits, and she said, okay,
Right, but none of that explains why you thought it was okay to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
yeah. I wasn't planning on having sex with a 14-year-old.
That's not what
Like,
you
I
said in
understand
the
what she's
transcript.
saying.
You talked about
in the
having
chat.
oral sex with her, about having intercourse with her, about being her first time, taking her virginity. This isn't a gray area here.
I understand that, but like on the app, on the app, it says she was 18.
So what do you think?
And she was verified.
I understand that. What do you think would have happened, Josh, had it just been the two of you on the couch? You look like you're getting pretty cozy there.
Yeah, I was just finna ask her, like when she came back from getting her phone, like, hey, how old are you? All that.
How old are the kids at the school where you
It's
work?
a high school, so
It's a high school.
yeah, it's close
So
to
14, 15, 16?
yeah, it's like like the closest people to my age is 18, 19, stuff like
Do
that.
you ever have any relationships with the kids at school?
No, we do programs and stuff like that, so they know, like every year at the start of August, we have to do paperwork and all that to say, hey, I won't touch kids, all that, like all
So you've been through the school system training as to being appropriate.
yeah, that's
around
that's
children.
why that's
Yet
why
here you are, even after all that training, trying to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
I wasn't trying.
Come
like,
on, Josh.
I understand what it.
I got the transcript.
I understand, but the app says it was 18. Like in my head, like, hey, I've been getting catfished and scammed all this week after the update happened. I got verified. Everybody I've been talking to been verified. This is not the first person I talked to, like on the app. So when she said she was 14, I was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. She might be fake. That's why when I came here and I saw her, I was like, oh, okay, she might be real. And I'm like, I was gonna say, oh, okay, how old are you? All that. So
What do you think should happen to you, Josh?
I really, cause I'm young, I'm not the type of person to go talk to kids. Like I'll
You
take,
did it.
I take whatever repercussions y'all think is.
What do you think the folks at the school are going to say?
I don't want anybody to find out. I really just want to go back to my life, cause I'm not that type of person.
It's easy to say that now that you've been caught, though.
I mean, yeah, just to be put in this light, like not to be racial, but black people already, is already painted in a light already, and I don't make it good for the rest of my people, and stuff like that. And I hate looking like the criminal and the bad guy in front of all you guys, because you guys
you
look
walked
like
in here. We didn't lure you here. You made the decision to come here.
I did
After
make
being
this
told
decision.
this girl was 14 years old.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask all the important questions and all that.
But
stuff.
why even show up and put yourself in that position? That's the question.
Because
It would have been easy not to do it. You've
Yeah,
got a
it would have been
girlfriend,
easy.
your mom's not well.
I know.
And here you are, even after having training at the school to not have appropriate contact with kids, you show up here. After talking about oral sex, intercourse, taking the girl's virginity. Even though she said she was 14, after all that, It defies logic. I have a hard time understanding it. I'm going to give you one more chance to explain it to me why you would even take the risk of showing up here. Help me to understand that.
I took the risk to come here because, you know, I to be honest, I thought she was 18. I was going to ask all the important questions. I even know what she said in the chat. You know, I wasn't paying no mind.
Why would somebody say they were 14 when they were actually 18?
Because it happened to me before. You know, somebody lying about their age, saying they was younger than what they said, you know.
You know what I've found in life? When somebody starts telling me something and they preface it with, to be honest, in many cases they're lying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not lying. I know you guys make a career out of busting people like what I was going to do apparently, but I'm not, you know, that type of person. I'm not a pedophile.
Well, what type of person are you, Josh?
I'm, you know, a good kid. You know, I'm 21, trying to make a living and stuff. You know, like I try to pay for my mom's and all that, and we trying to move. Like our lease is up next week, and honestly, me and my fiance aren't in a good place. You know, after the miscarriage, and it's a whole lot of stuff in there. So
why add to all that drama in your life by coming here, though?
If she was 18, what I thought, you know, because on the app they had an update that said she was like
I know
the app.
you told me the story about.
I know. It's just that the app updated to where that like catfishing and scamming on and all that is very hard to do. So when she said
none of that makes a difference here. What I'm asking is why you thought it was okay to come over here, given all the other drama in your life. It seems like you were hell bent on having sex with a 14-year-old girl.
No, I wanted a little break from my life.
And your little break was having sex with a 14-year-old girl.
Not with a 14-year-old girl, but with a woman. I understand that she says
you see how this looks. Right?
I understand how it looks, but I understand that she says she's 14 and all that. But on the
you sent a picture of your penis.
I don't want anything to happen to me. Like, I'll take whatever punishment you guys see fit, but, you know, these handcuffs are starting to hurt.
All right. Well, Josh, there's something you need to know, and that's I'm Chris Hansen.
Okay. Are you the Chris Hansen?
I'm the Chris Hansen.
Okay.
And you know what kind of stories we do.
Yeah.
We have a network called TruBlu, where we do a series called Takedown. It's the latest version of the Predator investigations. And that's what you walked into, along with the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want people to know?
You know, I'm not a bad person. I don't want anything bad to happen to me. Like, you know, I'm 21. I'm just trying to make a living. You know, it's just a bad decision. You know, like I just want to go back home.
All right.
You know.
Well, these folks are going to take it from here, okay? And you can tell them everything that you want them to know about this situation.
Okay.
I appreciate you talking.
You know, I'm sorry that we met like this, but it was very nice to meet you. You know, I'm not trying to be, you know, a jackass or anything like that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Because I'm really not that type of person. You know, it's just a bad decision.
I hear that a lot.
I know, like I mean,
everybody who walks into one of my stories tells me.
Like
have you seen the stories?
Yes, I
you watch them on the TV.
Yes, I even showed my mom. This is why, like, I wasn't planning on doing this.
You've seen my story.
Yeah, I've seen, not you specifically, but people who do stuff like
catch predators.
Yeah.
And now you are being caught as a predator.
Yeah. So this is like, that's why
it's a little ironic, don't you think?
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, you know, I don't believe she 14, blah, 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 blah. You know, because they just had an update on the app, you know, all that. Yeah. I know you're tired of hearing it, but, you know.
All right. These folks are going to take it from here. Josh, thank you very much. And that's your real name, Josh, or is it Kolin?
It's Kolin.
Kolin?
Yeah.
And you're 21?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Kolin. I appreciate it.
Okay.
As detectives take Kolin away, I notice he's left something behind. Kolin, you had condoms in your pocket here.
I mean, I don't need them.
Over and over, Josh, aka Kolin,
said that he wasn't here to have sex with a 14-year-old girl. As you can imagine, I hear that a lot, but then what was he doing with the condoms? I think we know what Kolin was up to.
The one thing that is verified today is that Kolin is being charged with indecent behavior with a juvenile and computer solicitation of a minor. We'll keep you posted on the case against him. For more than 20 years, Sheriff Jason Ard has served his community of Livingston Parish, Louisiana, and has made combating crimes against children a top priority. And especially important, identifying men like Kolin who are around children on a daily basis.
He works at a school.
I heard that, and it's very disturbing to know that that person's in a school. And what I didn't like is he started making excuses about the ages at the schools. You picked up on that. So that is disturbing to me and concerning that you probably need to do some looking into that for sure.
He's been through an educational program as a school employee where they preach and try to instill upon their employees how important it is to not have inappropriate contact with students.
And we all do that. I know the school system in Baton Rouge does just what the school system in Livingston does. You teach that, and you make sure they understand this is not appropriate. This is not something that we're going to allow. And still, he does it anyway. So not only does he know it's not right, he's been educated that it's not right, and he still continues to try to do it.
Sheriff, what do you suppose would have happened had we not been here and this fellow walked in and was actually alone with a 14-year-old girl named April?
You know, we always think worst case scenario. Obviously, something would have happened whether she wanted to or not. That's always my fear. And look, he came up here knowing she was 14 years old. I mean, he had it on his mind, and if she didn't or she changed her mind, what was going to happen? You know, that's the big fear. And then that turns into a rape case scenario. Does it turn into something that now I've done it and now I'm sorry, I'm going to kill her so she don't tell nobody? I mean, you don't know where this stuff takes you. At the end of the day, these vulnerable 14-year-olds is like he's targeting that group.
What message does this send to parents?
I hope that this message helps to wake these parents up to understand these mobile devices, computers, internet, all the stuff that they have at their fingertips is very dangerous. And you have a lot of predators out there looking for their prey. And if we as parents aren't paying attention, very close attention, this thing can happen. So the scenario here is pretty simple. Grandma's gone, or mother's gone to work. I'm here by myself. He came all the way over here, not his home, to her home, and actually walked in the front door of this 14-year-old's house. Knowing in the back of his mind, he should know, is the dad coming home in any minute? Grandpa gonna walk through the door? Is her older brother gonna walk through the door? None of that even bothered him. He had one thing on his mind. And that gets really scary because that's what he came here to do.
The fact that he works in a school, what does that now make your office have to do?
Well, it's an EBR school system. It's not our school system he works in, but it's still very much a concern. So that is something that the sheriff's office over there needs to absolutely look into, and I'm sure the school system is going to be very concerned about this.
I mean, you got a guy who showed up here to have sex with a 14-year-old girl who works in a school where he's exposed to teenage girls.
Yes. Which he kept hiding the fact that he was around 14-year-old girls. He kept saying he's around 19 and 20-year-old girls, which I don't think that many of those are in high school right now. The oldest you might have is an 18-year-old, but I'm sure he's surrounded by the 14 and 15-year-olds, and that's very disturbing.
Yeah. Over and over, Sheriff, I hear the excuse, and your team does too, that, oh yeah, she said she was 14, but they had to be 18 to get on this app. How do you respond to that when you hear that?
He knew what he was doing. They're going to get in this situation, and this is the first time we hear the excuses, and oh, I didn't mean to do anything, I didn't mean to do that, I didn't mean to stop at the store and pick up a pack of condoms. I didn't mean to show up and have sex with a 14-year-old, although I knew it was a 14-year-old. I mean, we know what he's doing. He needed a break from life. We're going to give him a break from life. We're going to put him in my hotel, and that's where he can stay for a little while.
Which is the Livingston Parish
Detention Center. That's right.
Watch TruBlu.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen, true crime documentaries, and exclusive investigations.